will not fall foul to Article 20. He also goes on to say that no new offence can be created retrospectively by the Parliament. The Solicitor General is also going on to argue, important observation coming in from the Chief Justice of India before that. Chief Justice of India goes on to say, your argument can be that the offence was in 2017. The amendment doesn't erase the offence. It continues to be the offence, but legislature makes it clear that it's a series of against the very ethos of the society. So the punishment in that case is enhanced. So an important technicality to clarify here for the viewers is that the POCSO Act underwent an amendment in 2019. And this amendment was crucial because through this amendment, the punishment that was given under POCSO was enhanced. So where earlier the punishment was only 7 years, it was enhanced to 10 years, even life sentence in certain cases after the 2019 amendment. Which is why the 2019 amendment is something very crucial because it was during the time that the entire Unnao case was going on. But importantly enough, the offence over here, at what time the offence had been committed is going to be very crucial to watch out for because it's the law at that particular time that is going to be applied in this case. Essentially, the reason why the trial court had convicted him of aggravated sexual assault by a public servant is because the maximum punishment of life imprisonment was an aggravated sexual assault by a public servant. But when the High Court reversed that, or at least not reversed that, rather stayed that and suspended the sentence, they said that because the minimum punishment under POCSO was 7 years and that punishment has already been undergone by Kuldeep Singh Sengar, so he can be released out by the suspension of the sentence in this entire case. That's the reason why this 2019 amendment of POCSO is so crucial because it had enhanced the punishment, and it's on the basis of that that the CBI is arguing that irrespective of whether the minimum punishment is 7 years or 10 years or the maximum punishment is life imprisonment, when it's a case of a public representative doing such offences against vulnerable sections of the society, it needs to be taken with utmost seriousness. The Supreme Court needs to have a broader view of what the definition of public servant is, and most importantly, such people should not be let go on a mere technicality, is what the CBI is saying. Shreya.
Right, Nalini. So, Anisha, at this point, and correct me if I'm wrong here, there's a two-pronged argument that's being posed by the CBI just to begin with. That is the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta. One being the POCSO Act and the amendment in itself, what time that amendment came in, that was 2019. So there's a clear difference between the earlier what the Act used to consider as the term of punishment and post the amendment, what's being considered as the term of punishment. But more importantly, it's the public servant term that's also raised questions. While SG Tushar Mehta has to say that yes, the public servant term needs to be there needs to be a broader ambit for this very term, to define this very term. But the crucial part here is the POCSO Act in itself, if we speak of it, it's about a dominant person in engaging in this particular kind of assault. In this case, it's penetrative sex that we are speaking of, penetrative sexual assault that we are speaking of. So the SGI is also coming out to say that the definition of public servant definitely is important, but also the fact that in this case, the victim was a minor. So any which way, the particular person who has been engaged in the act of crime is a dominant person, is a person in a dominant position anyway. So it's irrelevant whether that person was a public servant anyways. That person was a dominant person because it was a minor that the sexual assault took place on.
Let me just clarify this point a little bit, Shreya. These are three different points of argument. One is, of course, is that the definition of public servant should have been taken as the broader definition under the Prevention of Corruption Act instead of the